Let's begin by introducing the supplied parts and hardware. We have the tail rack itself. Then we also have spacers, two 30mm tall and two 23mm tall spacers. Supplied bolts, two M8 by 45mm long tapered bolts and two M8 by 50mm long tapered bolts. The tools we'll be using: 12mm hex socket or 12mm wrench spanner to remove the original bolts, and then 5mm Allen key or Allen socket, as well as ratchet and ratchet extensions. And you can begin by removing the original bolts. Put the spacers in place. 30mm spacers go at the front. The 20mm ones go at the back. And then you can place the tail rack, the rear rack, on top of the spacers, line up the mounting holes, line up the spacers as well. And then you can put in the bolts. Just turn the bolts a couple of times. Do not tighten them at this point. And then the 50mm long bolts at the front. Now you can begin to gradually tighten them, as you see in the video here. Do not pull one bolt tight or snug and then the next one. Just gradual, a few turns at a time. So once that's done, you can begin to tighten the bolts. See the recommended torque specs on the screen. Should you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, info@outbackmotortek.com, or call toll-free 877-931-3636, and double check all the bolts once again after a test ride.